All right, I think I did it. I think I did it. It's telling me that I am live now. So hopefully, oh my gosh, last week was a technological nightmare. Let's get started, guys. Last week, I was at a funeral, so we didn't have the live stream. And then the week before that, oh my gosh, so many technical issues. So we are hoping that, I'm crossing my fingers that today is going to run smoothly. Oh, hello, I'm Margie Remmers-Davis, and welcome to this week's live stream that we hold every week in our free Facebook group, the QBO Gym Locker Room. The QBO Gym Locker Room is your spot for hands-on practice using QuickBooks Online. That is what we do here. Hands-on practice, hands-on practice, hands-on practice. You can watch videos, all day long, right? You can go through courses and take a test, but if you're not actually doing the thing in QuickBooks Online, how well do you really know it? So we are all about hands-on practice. As a member of the locker room, you have access to a free Getting Started course. Inside this course, we teach you how to access the QuickBooks Online Accountant account, your free account that you get to use as a bookkeeper and accountant. We teach you all about that account, the accountant account, what it means, how it works, navigation, terminology. It teaches you, we have hands-on exercises so you can actually learn how to do the thing and how to access the sample company, which is where we typically do our exercise. Not all of our exercises in the sample company, but the majority of them are, and certainly today that's what we're going to be doing. Tracy asked, she says, first time watching your live, how long does it usually last? Those of you who have been around with me for a while are probably laughing your butt cheeks off, because the answer is I try to keep it to an hour and I never keep it to an hour. So I think more often it's about an hour and a half, but that's just because I talk and joke around, and we have technical issues and all sorts of things. Fun things happen when we're live. If you miss it, if you have to hop off, never fear. The recording is immediately available inside of the group, and you can also watch. That's the full recording is available inside the group. But then, if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, then the edited version, without my guffaws and nose picking and all of that stuff, that pretty version is available on YouTube. Okay, so anyway, so back to you get the free Getting Started course. You also get over 100 free exercises, and people are always asking me, where are the 100 free exercises? And the answer is inside the featured section of the group. So if you're on your phone, mine looks a little different because I'm an admin, but you're going to have a featured section. There is a post in here that is welcome to the locker room, and it has all of the details on how you access all of the things, including the link to the 100 free exercises. Okay. You also get to participate in our weekly live stream, which is every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. That's what you're watching right now. And in this live stream, we go over a free exercise of the week. Okay, so that's what we are doing today. And the exercise of the week comes from our subscription product, which is called the QBO Gym. Okay, so this is the locker room free. Okay, but you can also subscribe to the QBO Gym. The QBO Gym is a simulated experience of being a bookkeeper. So for those of you who are saying, how do I get my first client? this is how you get your first client, because the QBO gym is it's like being a bookkeeper for a fictitious simulated business owner. And as you go through it's broken up by months. There's an entire year's worth of, so you get to be a bookkeeper for an entire year and practice it, see if you like it, see if you're any good at it, learn skills, reinforce your knowledge about features, learn new features. And so that's what the QBO gym is. Now, everything that you do in the QBO gym is tracked in our proprietary dashboard called BooksMatch. So in BooksMatch, we track all of the skills that you are actually learning and reinforcing. We're verifying that you have done those skills. So every exercise that you do, assuming that you're doing it in the gym. Now, doing it outside the gym, like on the live stream, you don't get credit for it. You have to do it inside the gym. But everything that you do inside the gym is tracked, and you can like show off to the world that you actually know how to do these things. So we have hundreds of skills that you're actually learning and reinforcing. They're grouped into skill groups, so you can click on any skill group and see which skills you have reinforced. You can see how you're doing in comparison to others. And then we actually take all of those and we measure you in 3 areas: knowledge, consistency, and speed. So knowledge is the breadth of knowledge that you learn while you're going through the QBO gym. Consistency is actually the number one thing that we check, is to make sure that you are upskilling on a regular basis. And sorry, I got distracted, Billy. I'm not sure. Somebody's going to have to help you with that. So anyway, consistency, we want to make sure that you are upskilling, that you're doing an exercise at least every other week. And that's why we have an exercise of the week, because some people have gone through the entire gym and they've done everything. And so we need to provide an exercise every week so that you can build up that consistency muscle. And then speed, it's not measuring how fast you do the exercise. It's measuring how many skills that you're doing in a given week compared to everybody else. Okay. Now, all of this is going into BooksMatch, which is our showing you off to the world and helping you get clients by demonstrating how great you are. Okay, so that's BooksMatch. That's the exercise of the week. So let's, but you don't have to be a gym member to participate. You can come in here and work with us every Friday and improve your QBO muscles using our exercise of the week. Now, last week I was at a funeral, and so we had an exercise of the week, but we didn't have a live stream to go over it. So we're going to go over first last week's exercise of the week, and then it actually ties in beautifully to this week's exercise of the week. So we're going to actually do 2 exercises today, okay? Again, if you are a member of the gym, you have to do these inside the gym. You can't use the link that Joel's going to put in the description. The exercise of the week is its own course that is unlocked once you have achieved 250 points in the gym. Okay. The reason we wait to unlock it is because you don't need it. The only people who actually need the exercise of the week are the people who have done everything, where there's nothing left to do, okay? And so if you haven't done at least 250 points worth of exercises, you don't need it. You can do it another time, okay? All right, so, but it is its own course, and so right down here these are our last 2 exercises, okay? So the first one we're going to do is this one right here, which is practice using the pay down credit card feature, okay? And so I'm going to click this. Joel has already put it in the chat. Again, you only get, if you're not a member of the gym, use the link that Joel just gave you. If you are a member of the gym and you have the exercise of the week unlocked, it's better for you to do it inside the gym, because then you get Books Match credit for it. Let's see. Patricia had a question. When being part of the gym and your skills being rated, is there client referrals, or does the public have access to Books Match and can see our profile? When you are a member of the gym, you have there's a little slider that says whether you are open to work or not. Okay, so you can choose whether to make your profile public. If you, there is also, once you make it public, you also have a link where you can share that link on your website and your emails, like whatever you want to do to like show off your skills. So you can do that yourself. But we are also starting email campaigns, and I'll talk about this a little bit more later, but we're actually starting campaigns to show you off to the world. And I'm so excited because I've been reviewing the copy and looking at the sales page and what they're saying about you, and it's like it's pretty amazing. Okay, so let's get into our actual exercise. So this exercise actually comes from, can you see that? Let me make that a little bigger. Oh, I clicked the wrong, wait, hold on, this one. Let me make this a little bigger for you. There we go. Okay. So this exercise is actually a Pro Advisor challenge. So those of you who've been around with us for a while know that at the beginning of this year, so we'll be wrapped up sometime this summer, we are working through all of the Pro Advisor challenges that Intuit provides inside your QBO account, okay? So if you are inside your QBO account, and you can tell that you're in a QBO account because it says accountant up here on the left, because it's a gray bar and not a black bar, and also because it's divided into clients up at the top. Actually, oh, that's interesting. Huh. It used to say your practice up at the top, but now suddenly it's not showing on mine here. I don't know why. But anyway, up at the top is your practice and then your books. Okay, so these are the client's books that you would be working on. Okay, so that's how you know you're in an accountant account. From the inside your accountant account, you click the gear. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's how you get to the sample company. I'm showing you how to get to the Pro Advisor stuff. Okay, so on the left navigation bar, it says Pro Advisor and then training. For those of you who are still wanting to get certified, this, by the way, is how you get certified. There is Certification Hub is where you actually take your test. You can answer some questions and they'll give you exactly like what to study. And then the training library is where all of the study material hangs out all at once. So I'm going to click the training library. And you'll notice that it's divided into product training at the top. I'm going to close this. This is all of the products. But then there's others, foundation skills, advising clients. Okay, so they have a bunch of training. But the certification training is up here at the top under product training. QuickBooks Online is usually open automatically when you come in here. Okay, so inside QuickBooks Online, you'll notice that there are these different tiles. These different tiles are the modules of training material. Okay, so that's where these Pro Advisor challenges come from. So let me go back to my exercise here. So this is what we've done so far. In the left navigation bar, we hovered over Pro Advisor and clicked Training. Then we selected Training Library. We expanded QuickBooks Online. It was already expanded. We closed it. We opened it up again. Okay. And now we're going to go click on the Expenses and Vendors tile. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my Training tab. I'm going to click Expenses and Vendors. Okay, so here I am. Now this is the module, Expenses and Vendors, and then inside is the individual lessons associated with that. So the pay down credit card, okay, is in the intermediate section in the lesson called Pay Down Credit Card feature. Okay, so inside here, you'll notice, I'm going to just close that up. There's beginner skills, intermediate skills, and advanced skills. The intermediate skills are the ones that are tested on the basic first level certification course. And you can tell that because if you just hover over this little icon, it says tested in the QuickBooks Online exam. Okay. Under advanced skills, okay, you can hover and you'll notice that it says tested in the QuickBooks Online advanced exam. Okay. So the exercise that we're doing today is under intermediate skills, and we're going to be talking about the pay down credit card feature. Okay. So I'm going to click start. And then you'll notice on the right-hand side, it says Pro Advisor Challenge. Now, sometimes we can click Pro Advisor Challenge, and sometimes we can't. Today we can't, which means that there must be a knowledge check or something. Sometimes it means you have to click something before you can get to the Pro Advisor Challenge. Kind of annoying. All right, so let's see what we have to get to, what we have to click through. Well, nope. I don't know why it wouldn't let me just go right to it, but here is the Pro Advisor Challenge. Okay, so the Pro Advisor Challenge is into its way of giving you kind of an exercise so that you can test, try out the stuff in the training. Okay, so here is the task, what we call the scenario, and then they tell you just what it should look like when it's over. They don't give you the individual steps. And then they have our solution, which does give you the individual steps, but it doesn't have any screenshots, okay? And then they have this little having trouble section, which just highlights to make sure that you followed the instructions, okay? So that's the Pro Advisor, that's the Intuit's Pro Advisor training version, okay? We like our version better. We have our signature format for our exercises. And so for this series that we're doing, again, it's going to wrap up the middle of this, sometime this summer, it's going to wrap up. And so for our training, we just put it into our signature format. Okay. So let's get into the exercise. The exercises, again, most of them are in the sample company. Not all of them. There's some things we can't do hands-on in the sample company, but most of them are. And then the way you get to the sample company, you click the gear icon, select sample company. So let me just do that. Click the gear icon, go to sample company. Now, when you load the sample company, you are signing out of your you're signing out of your QBOA account. So don't do this while you are taking the test. If you're in our courses, we teach you how to get around this so you can have both the sample company and the test open at the same time. Don't just do it because you're make sure you know what you're doing, okay? Because otherwise you'll be spending time on the test and then it'll boot you out, okay? All right, so we're going to click continue. All right. Now that I am in the sample company, so now notice this bar changed to black, okay? And it says up here that it's a sample company, Craig's Design and Landscaping Services. This is what we use for the majority of our exercises. So now that I'm in the sample company, I can continue in my exercise. One of the neat features of our exercises is that, well, before I get to that, let me just read the scenario so you can see it big. Okay, so here's the scenario. We're learning about the pay down credit card feature. Here's the scenario. Your client, Craig, paid his Visa credit card today and asked you to help him record the transaction in QuickBooks Online. Here's some useful information. The payment was $500. Okay, so he used his checking account to pay off his Visa card. He paid $500. Here's what you need to do. We're going to use the pay down credit card feature to record the transaction. Okay? All right. So one of the cool features of our exercises is that if you have this little, it looks like a red, can you see that? I can't make it any bigger, unfortunately. It's a Chrome extension. So if you're using Chrome or Brave, you can install this little extension called Scribe. Joel, we should actually, I don't know, we should have a link or something that you can put in the chat so that people that want to look into that more. And anyway, it's a Scribe like AI extension. And when you have that installed, then when you're doing our exercises, you have this little button that says Guide Me. And if I click that button, and I have to already have the sample company open, but if I click that button, then it's going to show me the exercise and the sample company at the same time. It's kind of a game changer, okay? So, and they keep changing the format of it. Like, for the last little bit, it had been like a window side by side. Now it's an overlay again. Like, I don't know what they're doing. But anyway, so we're going to do it all on this, okay? So, well, let's walk through the pay down credit card feature, okay? So we're going to click the plus new button and then select pay down credit card. What the heck? And then pay down credit card over here, other. Okay. Now, okay, so now I'm going to fill out this form. It's going to ask me which credit card did you pay. It's telling me to select Visa. Oh my gosh, guys, this is too annoying. I have to keep scrolling to find the step after I do it. Oh man. Okay, so this is what we did here, step 3. And then we're going to leave the payee blank. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, the payee is the bank, so I don't know why we would ever use that. But in the how much did you pay, remember from the scenario, we are going to pay $500. Okay, so as far as the date of the payment, if this were a real life situation, the date of the payment would be the day that you actually paid it, which we don't have that information from the scenario. And but so we're just gonna, it's gonna default to today, and so we're just gonna leave that there. Okay, in the what did you use to pay this this payment field, we're going to select checking. Okay, so what this is, what bank account did you use? So we've said which card did you pay, how much was it, when was it, and what card did you use, or what account did you use to make the payment. Okay, so that is going to be the checking account. Okay. If you made the payment with a check, you could check this box and then put in the check number. That's actually new. I don't remember seeing that before, but we're not going to do that. You can add additional information here. Oh, my head's in the way, but you can see. Can I scroll that up a little bit? No. You can add comments if you want, or add an attachment if you want, but you don't need to do that. So now I'm going to... that's all we need to do. So we're going to save and close. Yay! We did it! We paid off our credit card bill. Now, let's take a look at what just happened. Okay, we're going to go behind the scenes and we're going to talk about what just happened underneath. And to do that, we're going to go to the chart of accounts. This is not part of the exercise. I just want to show you. Okay, so we're going to go to the chart of accounts. And here is the checking account. We're going to go to View Register. Close up some pop-ups. Okay. Please make sure you can see this. Look right here. Today's date was a credit card payment. Okay. A Visa. This is from the checking account. to the Visa account, $500. Now let's go back to the chart of accounts, and we're going to take a look at that Visa account. So, well, actually, let me go back to this checking account. Look, this is money that came out. It was a payment, okay? So it went out. So now let's go back to the chart of accounts. Let's find that Visa account. Oops, if I can type. Okay, here's the Visa, and I'm going to click View Register. I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit because I'm freezing all of a sudden. Okay, and then close my pop-up. Okay, so here's the Visa, and here is payment. So this is the money that came in from the checking account. This is a credit card register, and it's Visa. Okay, so basically what has happened, and I'm going to share my screen here for a second. So basically what has happened is that you are taking money from the checking account and putting it into the credit card account. What is that called when you take money from one account and move it into another account? It is called a transfer. You're just transferring from one account to another account, okay? But apparently, back in the day, business owners who don't yet have bookkeepers, and so they don't know what they're doing, back in the day, they didn't understand that it was a transfer, and they were categorizing it differently. Probably they were using an expense, okay? And so they were having problems, and people were trying to clean up. And so Intuit created this feature specifically called Pay Down Credit Card for business owners. You, as a bookkeeping accounting professional, you don't have to use that. You can use that, but you could also just transfer the money from one to the other. So that's what we're going to do next. But first, I'm going to answer some questions here. Tammy said the payee is the bank. Is it the bank that you are taking the money from, or the bank that the credit card is through? Well, think about that for a minute. Who is getting paid when you are paying your credit card? Who is getting paid? It's the receiving bank. The receiving bank is getting paid for that credit card. Would you go back and do a journal entry to reclass the interest portion of the payment to interest expense and credit or Visa? No, because that payment is not related to the accrued charges. So the accrued charges are happening when they're accumulating on the credit card account. So probably if you have an interest or a late payment or something, that's going to come through the bank feed, and then you're going to record that as an expense. Okay. If it doesn't, and you are just reconciling the credit card account, then when you reconcile the credit card account, and I'll just show you this real quick. When you reconcile, oh, you can't see. Okay. Oh my gosh, pop-ups, okay? When you reconcile a credit card account, you have an opportunity to add that extra stuff right here, okay? So you can do it at the time that you are, you're reconciling. You can just do it as an expense. You can add it directly to the register, and guess what? Practicing all of those scenarios is in the gym. So if you're in the gym, one of the benefits of the gym is that because it's like you are a bookkeeper for Craig, and you have all these different scenarios, all these things that happen in Craig's business coming at you. And so you get to practice all sorts of different scenarios and troubleshooting and things that go wrong, and you're actually exercising your muscles in all of the features of QBO. Everything that we can throw at you that we can practice in the sample company, we do it in the gym. You've got a whole year to do that. Okay, so let's go to our other exercise, which is, so let's go back to, let's see, I'm going to close this exercise. And this is the exercise we're going to do next. So if you're in the exercise of the week, then this is this week's one. You know, when I first started doing this, I was just saying week 1, week 2, week 3, etc. But now I realize it probably makes more sense to have dates. So we might change this because right now it's just the week. This is week 23, in case you were wondering how far along we are in the year. So anyway, so it is, we're going to use the transfer feature next. We're going to do the same thing, okay? So, I haven't looked at the exercise, but it's probably the same thing. This time we're transferring to the savings account, but we could also do it to the credit card account. Okay, so now we're going to be using the transfer function, and it is, can you guys read it? I think that only I have it blocked up. Okay, so it's a very similar exercise. Okay, the scenario is your client Craig asked you to help him transfer some money to his savings account. Okay, so here's what you need to do. Here's some useful information. The amount is $500. The transfer is from his checking account to his savings account. Okay, now here are all of the instructions. I'm not going to go through it again, but here are all of the instructions on how to find this exact Pro Advisor challenge inside your account if you really want to do it. We think our exercises are better, but but yes, you can do that. So so that's where the actual exercise is. So again, we're starting in the sample company. We're already in the sample company. Okay, so now let's do the exercise. The scenario, transfer $500 from checking to savings. Okay, so we're going to go plus new and select transfer. Plus new, select transfer. Okay, and this should look kind of familiar. So this, it's in a different order. So they made this in a different order, but it's accomplishing the same thing. Okay, so where is the money coming from? It's coming from the checking account. Okay, same is true if we were paying down a credit card. Where would the money be coming from? The checking account. Where is the money going to? Well, in this case, it's going to the savings account. But notice how we could use this very same form to transfer it to the Visa card, okay? But in this exercise, we're transferring it to the savings account. How much do we want to save? Transfer $500. I'm not even going through this, guys, because at this point you should know, okay? $500, okay? Same deal with the date, okay? And again, you could write a memo, you could have attachments if you wanted to. Notice that there is no way to say that this was done by check. Okay, the other one had that. This one doesn't have that. You could write a check to savings, like people do that, but that's pretty uncommon. So how would you do that? I guess you would just do an expense and then have the category be the bank account and have the payee be the bank. So yeah, so you could do it that way. Okay, so now we've transferred from checking to savings, and we're going to hit save and close. And now let's do the same thing we did. We don't need this exercise anymore, so I'm just going to make this bigger. Okay, so we're going to go back to the chart of accounts. This is just extra. Thank you, Jonathan. All right, so we're going to go back to the chart of accounts. We're taking a look. It's still filtering by Visa, so I'm going to turn that off. Just remove that. So let's look at the checking register. View the register, Here's the transfer, transferred savings. It's a payment from checking to savings. Okay. Notice there's no payee. We don't have to have a payee when it's a transfer. And then we'll do the same thing to the Visa. So we're going to go back to the Visa again. I guess I could have done that when it was already selected. Okay, so here's the credit card. View register. I'm sorry, what was I doing? We didn't transfer it to Visa. Guys, I'm losing my mind. We transferred it to savings. So savings, here it is, the transfer from the checking account. Here's the deposit amount. Okay? All right. So those are our exercises. Now, one of the benefits of being a member of the gym and also being on this live is we offer marketing prompts. So when you are a member of the gym and you do the work, then you get marketing prompts to be able to talk about this feature. Let me make it just a bit, talk about this feature on social media. So the reason we developed these is because people were always saying, I just kept hearing, I know that I'm supposed to post on social media, but I don't know what to say. Okay, well, now if you're in the gym, we tell you exactly what to say. Okay, so for the transfer, here's your sample post. Hey, business owner, transferring money from one account to another is not an expense to the business. So why are you using it as an expense? Why are you using an expense transaction to record it? QuickBooks Online has a simple tool for that. DM me and I'll show you how to use it. Easy peasy. Okay? Yes. Thank you, Joel, for recognizing that was actually number 2. And then the one from last week is the pay down credit feature. Here's a sample post. Hey, business owner, recording a credit card payment can be confusing, but not if you're using QuickBooks Online. They have given you a simple tool to record your payment. Easy peasy. Contact me today and I'll show you how to use it. Okay. So the next thing was like, how exactly do I use this marketing prompt? And so I'm going to give my little 3-2-1 speech on how to actually use your marketing prompts to build your business. Before I do that, Patricia has a question. She says, once we do the transfer, would we then need to match both transactions in the bank feed? That's an excellent question. So let me, that's going to require my big face. Okay. That's a great question. The reason it's a great question is because Intuit now has a new feature where it recognizes that it might be a transfer between these two accounts. So when you go to process bank feeds, it will say, hey, this one looks like a bank. It says a bank-to-bank transfer, but an account-to-account transfer. And wait a minute, now I'm doubting myself as to whether this new feature is only for bank-to-bank transfers. Anyway, it will show up on both sides of the bank feed. And now I'm doubting myself as to whether if it's the same bank, if it will automatically do both when you do the one. It will if it's bank-to-bank because that's the new feature. But now I'm doubting. You might just have to do it both times. It's not a big deal. You just click match. It's there. If you set it up, then it's there, and so then it should match. It should not be a problem. Okay. Let's do our 3-2-1. Now, what I always say when I start this spiel is we are not a marketing company, okay? We do not, oh, that's not right. Let me start on the right slide. There we go. Okay. We We are not a marketing company. We do not teach marketing, and we never will. Like, this is not what we do. We are a training company. In fact, internally, we say we're not a training company. We're a doing company, because we want you to actually do the thing. We want you to actually do it in hands-on. That is our entire focus as a company. But we know that you guys all want this information, and so we give you the marketing prompts, and the only method we teach for using it is this 3-2-1 method. The 3-2-1 method was developed by a company called Bold House, and we're using it with their permission. So here's what you're going to do. 3 times per day, you are going to directly outreach to specific people. So I guess it's not 3 times per day. You're going to directly outreach to 3 specific people per day, okay? And that outreach can be by email, text, DM, phone, like whatever it is, 3 specific people. This is not putting up a flyer in the Chamber of Commerce. This is not posting on social media. This is not, sending a mass email to all of your friends and family. Okay, that's not what this is. This is directly reaching out to 3 people every day. Okay, and what are you going to say to these people? You're going to say, hey, guess what? I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Who do you know that I could connect with? That's all you're going to do. First of all, if you are not a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, become one. It's easy, fast and easy. QBO, we offer a course that can teach you quickly and easily. In a weekend, you can become a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Okay, so knock that out. Then once you have that, you can then go to people and say, hey, guess what? I'm now a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Hey, I don't know if you knew, but I'm now a certified QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. All you want to do is say, who do you know that I could connect with? Okay, so what you're asking these people is, who do you know that is a small business owner that uses QuickBooks Online? That's all. You're not selling your services. You're not pitching. You're not trying to land clients. You're just trying to increase your network and find the people that are using QuickBooks Online so that you can say, hey, guess what? I am a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Okay? So that's what you're going to do every day, 3 times, 3 people, 3 individual reach outs per day. Okay? Now, that means that in a week, you will have reached out to 15 people. And of those 15 people, some of them are going to say, gosh, I don't know anybody. Or, some of them are saying, oh yeah, I know so-and-so and so-and-so. Okay? So of those 15 people, hopefully the goal is to find 2 per week potential clients. Okay? So you're going to connect with potential clients 2 times per week. What is a potential client? A small business owner that uses QuickBooks Online. Okay, that's it. Who are these people? I don't know. All you want to do is connect with them. Again, so what are you going to say? You're going to say, hey, I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Would love to stay connected in case you need any help. That's it. You're not selling your services. You're not trying. This is, oh my gosh, guys. This is what people are always trying to do. Like, they're always trying to strong arm a business owner into getting a bookkeeper. Okay? A business owner who is successful knows when it's time to turn the books over to a bookkeeper. Okay? Your job is not to convince them. They know when it's time. When it's time, they will reach out to you. Okay? They will, as long as they know, okay, it's time, when it becomes time, they'll be like, okay, who around me is a QuickBooks Online? Okay? One example I always use is, how many realtors do you know? Okay? The reason you know realtors in your life is because they are constantly telling you that they are realtors. Okay? And how often do you buy a house? Right? No realtor is like going up to you saying, oh my gosh, you want to buy a house, don't you? Don't you want to buy a house? No, nobody is doing that. All they're doing is saying, hey, I'm a realtor. When it's time for you to buy a house, ring me up, right? That's what you're doing, okay? You're just saying, hey, I'm a QuickBooks Online, and you want to connect with them. So you're going to connect with them on LinkedIn. You want to make sure that your bio in LinkedIn, not your bio, but your byline in LinkedIn says that you are a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, okay? Don't say QBO. Nobody knows what QBO is except for us, okay? Say QuickBooks Online Pro. You're a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, okay? So that every time that they see your name, it's associated with QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. And then you're going to, a couple of times a week, post a tip on LinkedIn, okay? This is where those marketing prompts come in. So if you're a member of the gym or you're coming to these live streams, you have buckets and buckets of marketing prompts that just reinforce the fact that you are a QuickBooks Online advisor. Now, are any business owners going to reach out to you and say, hey, will you show me how to use the pay down credit card feature? Probably not, okay? That's not the point. Even though it says the call to action is, hey, reach out to me so I can show you how to use this feature. That's not the point. The point is to reinforce in their mind that you are an expert in this, okay? And then when they have a question, they can reach out to you, okay? So a couple of times a week. Oh, and by the way, those marketing prompts, you can use them as is. We have several people who put them in like a pretty Canva image thing to post. We have one person who puts it in ChatGPT to write an entire article, like whatever you want. It's just to help you know what to say, okay? Now, in addition to you posting your stuff a couple of times a week to remind people that you're a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, you're also going to like and comment on other people's posts, okay? Remember, when you like and comment on other people's posts, they see your name and your byline. So your byline that says QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, they're going to see that every time you like and comment on their posts. This is in LinkedIn. And when you are commenting on their posts, I want you to act like a normal, natural human being, okay? You're not commenting on their post saying, hey, like funny post, don't you want my bookkeeping services? Hey, this is a great picture of this is a great picture of your kid. Do you want to, let's set up a time where we can, I can convince you how to sign up for bookkeeping. Like, no, you be a normal, natural human being. All you're doing is you're commenting your genuine thoughts on what they posted or said. The only thing you're doing is to still be in their minds, right? You just want to be in their minds and reinforce the fact that you're a real human being and that in your byline it says that you're a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. And because you're posting all the time about QuickBooks Online, they know that you're the one to talk to, okay? In general, the entire point is so that you continue to wave your flag so that people know to turn to you when they need help, okay? And you want to develop that know, like, and trust so that when it comes time, they're going to turn to you, okay? So now, of all of that effort, the goal, and then this is the minimum goal, is to once a month do a diagnostic review. If you don't know how to do a diagnostic review, we teach you how to do that in our cleanup course. In our cleanup course, we teach you how to review somebody's books. We teach you how to price a cleanup service. We teach you how to send a proposal in a way that they can't, like, everyone signs up. So Corey Jankowski, who is our teacher, she has a nearly 100% sign up rate when she does the proposal in the way that we teach you how to do it in the cleanup, okay? So how are you going to land that diagnostic review? Well, you've been developing these relationships all month. You know who you've been interacting with. You just reach out to a couple of them and say, hey, I know I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Would you like me to take a look at your books and see how you're doing? Okay, so you can do that. If you're one of our students, you could say, hey, I just finished a course on diagnostic reviews. I'm looking for some practice. Would you mind if I gave you, took a look at your books and gave you a report? You know, very easy. But also, if you're doing all this activity, the people who need you will reach out to you because they see you all the time. They've developed this know, like, and trust for you. Okay, that is my speech. All right, let me answer some questions here. John says, do you only add certified to QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor once the test is passed? Yes, you shouldn't be calling yourself a Pro Advisor at all until you are certified. Okay, so don't say you're a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor unless you've passed the test. You're actually certified to be a Pro Advisor. Okay. So yes, and that's exactly what Tracy says here. Okay. I think that's it. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is unbelievable. Even with all of our technical issues, I still ended relatively on time. This is amazing. All right. Oh, what am I looking at? I am looking at, let's see, we have a new comment. So Patricia says, this question involves the cleanup course. When we download the diagnostic review, how do we have access? When we downloaded the access, how do we have access to the calculator? So you're actually completing the calculator while you are doing the diagnostic review. It's like a checkbox, check this, check your. So it's side by side. You're checking it, looking up the things, filling in the numbers while you are doing the diagnostic review, and then it just gives you the number. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay. All right, let's see. Any other questions? Okay. Oh my gosh. I am shocked. All right. If we don't have any other questions, then have a fabulous weekend. Don't forget to post your completed Gym 1 and your certificate. Oh yeah, that's right. When you finish year 1 of the gym, and we have year 1 complete, year 1 is complete, and when you finish year 1, you get a little certificate that says you have 1 year of experience being a bookkeeper. And then, and we're building out year 2, so we're 5 months in. So soon we'll have 2 full years, so you'll be able to say you have 2 years of experience being a bookkeeper. The calculator is on a separate sheet. So going back to the diagnostic review, you're filling out the things, and then you click the tab, and then it goes over to the amount. So yeah. No, you don't download it. It's not something to download. It's an online tool that's part of the cleanup course. If you have trouble finding it, so Michelle is saying the last time I checked, July in year 1 was locked, so I can't complete it. Send an email to support@FastAndEasyQBO about that, because if you are a paying member of the gym, it shouldn't be locked. The only reason it should be locked is if you were doing the gym challenge. The gym challenge just gives you the first month of, so you can try it out. Let's see. All right, I think that is it. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Monday's mindset call is going to be whenever I hop on. It's not going to be at a specific time because I am traveling. So I don't know when I'll be able to hop on. And that'll be true for the next 2 weeks. So it's 2 separate trips. I'm going and then coming back, and then going to a different one and then coming back. So, so it'll be 2 weeks. All right. So I think that's it. You guys have a great weekend. I can't wait to hear your success story.